Hello and welcome, Thrivers. We have the one, the only, the amazing Luke Van Every with us today from TriNet. And today, as you know, we're going to go and do our regular Knowing Your Network thing. I'm really excited. I've been chatting with him a little bit, and what I like is he's funny and smart, gets it, gets what the issues are for entrepreneurs. And so I'm really excited to talk to him. I'm going to let him tell you a little bit more about himself in a minute, but I'm excited to he's a new friend, and I'm looking forward to a long relationship. So welcome, Luke. Thanks for being on Knowing Your Network.
Absolutely, Joe. Thanks for having me.
It's my pleasure. So I'm going to ask you a question that I ask everybody. What is the problem you solve, man?
So TriNet provides resources to help companies scale and grow efficiently by alleviating the burden of non-revenue generating operations. We do this through our enterprise level HRS platform, our extensive employee benefit offering, and our dedicated support for employee compliance and risk.
Good. So for a small business, you're pretty much their HR department.
Correct. We're their HR support by taking care of all of those minute things such as the employee handbook, state filings, all the federal and state regulations that can be very time consuming come off of their desk and onto ours.
Awesome. Do you help them with hiring and hiring practices as well?
Absolutely. And right now that's a big one. So there's a lot of different compliance coming out in the pipe about how to hire somebody at home and what that looks like.
Oh man, I hadn't even thought about that, because now as we venture into this new normal, one of the things that we have to deal with is that you may never personally meet your employee.
Correct. So there's a lot that goes into that, and then how to talk the talk tracks around that, and we give 30 years of best practices around to do it correctly.
Yeah, it's super interesting. I was talking to my wife, who's the controller at this company, and they had a whole office in the Philippines, big fancy office. They're paying like $15K a month for that office, right? And they've sent everybody home, and they haven't missed a beat in operations, so they're going to cut that expense. But that also means that the whole interviewing process has to change now, right? Because they used to bring people into the office to interview them, but now you have to go through a whole different way of doing it. It's really going to be mostly video driven like this. So I'm really interested to see, what, like a lot of people keep saying when we go back, but because at least for us, we've been way more effective this way over the last few weeks. I don't know that going back is an option.
So
what are your thoughts about that?
So I've been an outside sales rep all of my career, and it was a huge adjustment for me to move from being able to go out and shake people's hands and take them to lunch and take them to dinner to now having to do it all virtually. And it's, the strong will survive. People that can step away from the television, get off the couch and sit down and continue to do their work are going to be fine. I'm lucky enough to where I'm spending more time with my family, which is great. And I'm using my time wisely throughout the day. There's not that 2-hour lunch break with your buddy in the office.
Yeah.
So utilizing our time wisely. And I think a lot of companies are seeing that, their employees are working hard from home and enjoying time with family. That's what we're seeing on the TriNet side. As of right now, we can't go back to the office until September. What will come, but we've really settled into this work from home. And myself never would have thought that I would enjoy it as much as I actually am.
Wow, that's really cool. So, I'm sure there's a lot of TriNet reps and a whole bunch of different folks out there, and everybody's got their own flavor. So who do you work with? Like, who are your favorite people that you're like, these are my people?
So I work in our technology vertical. So I work mainly with AI, e-commerce, digital design and development.
My people. You work with my people.
And most recently, I've really been focusing on SaaS. I believe SaaS is going to come out of this just on top of the world, right?
Awesome.
And a lot of development that they're doing during this is going to come out after. And what a lot of them don't realize is that development and research that they're doing now can be a huge tax credit next year.
Wow.
And if they don't realize it now, they'll miss out on it. It can be up to $250,000. That's right, $250,000 a year in tax credits on different items that are eligible. And the items of eligibility are very long and very extensive. So it's been a lot of fun talking to prospects and clients about this, and the light bulb just goes off, and they're like,
yeah. When I talk to you at the end about how people contact you, I want to make sure that they know how to get that information, because you sent me some of that and it was like, whoa.
Yeah.
So I think that's really good. So give us an example of a recent client success that you've had that really just like exemplifies the work that you do for your clients.
So there's the client that I'm bringing on this month is an e-commerce box subscription company. And they specialize in specialty cocktails. So you get all of the ingredients for 12 cocktails in the box.
Wow.
No alcohol, but right now, like that's awesome. That's fun. Everybody maybe is cracking a beer, making something small, and now you have that bar-like drink that you can make at home. In January, they were, moving kind of okay. In June, they looked at their July projections and they were 8 times what they thought they were going to be.
Wow.
They didn't have the people to fill those boxes, and they didn't know how to hire them, because think about it, in March, what was going on? All this was going on. So they went from having one storefront and a back office to be able to put it all together, and now they were like, we need people. How do we do that? So I took my time. There was not, I told them, listen, we're going to take our time. We're going to make sure that you are extremely comfortable with what I'm telling you and how this process will work. And they decided to come on TriNet, and they're hiring fast. And myself has already become a client, and it's fantastic. And I want to do everything I can to make sure that they grow and thrive.
Awesome. So that's a perfect example. You were able to build a quick scaling up hiring process for them that let them scale up as they were out there doing this. So good. So now you've got this extra time now that you were using to commute and you were using to do all this stuff. What are you curious about? What are you experimenting with right now?
So I don't know if it's a new curious, because I did it a lot when I was younger, but I've gotten back into fishing a lot.
Wow.
And I probably haven't fished in well over a decade. And it's been fantastic because, you're getting outside, fishing, it teaches you patience, and you have to experiment. Not every time you cast the line out into the lake and into the pond, you're going to pull one in. You got to make sure that you're jiggling it right, you're using the right lure. And it's been some great time spending with my dad as well. And it's just been fantastic.
That's awesome.
I've been having a lot of fun. And you can have a beer every once in a while you're fishing. So.
That's really awesome, man. It's awesome. So is there anything that I should have asked but I didn't ask?
Maybe about the new networking group that we launched.
Oh, cool. Tell me about that.
So, like I said, I've been an outside sales rep, always loved networking. And when this all happened, I was like, I got to keep meeting people. So 11 weeks ago this week, I started a roundtable. It's called In This Together Roundtable. And the structure of it is, tell us about your company. Tell us what is working well to grow your company. Educate the group. And then thirdly, what is the need? And then after the need, people can raise their hand, ask questions, give testimonials, connect. And it's not a traditional meeting. I'll never make people pay for it. I'll never put time limits on it. and I'll never tell somebody that they can't come. We've had recruiters give recruiters referrals, lawyers give lawyers referrals. It's been amazing. I'm on 4 to 5 calls with new people like this every week. So I announced last week that I'm not going to stop having it every Tuesday from 11 to 1 until people just stop showing up.
Yeah.
And it's just been great. It's nice to have human interaction, and it's a place where people can come and ask for help. And there's so many people willing to give help. I've had 20 plus people on the call every single week.
That's awesome, right? And it's really, it speaks to the human spirit and our desire to want to collaborate, be together, help each other get through these times, and help each other thrive and grow. So it really, thank you for doing that, and make sure that you send us all the links and everything so that we can post them together with this video so that people can join you there. And I think that's a really cool thing to do. So tell us all the goodies. How do they get in touch with you? You know, give us what's the best way, and then we're going to post all the links also on the video.
No, absolutely. The best way to get a reach to me is my cell phone, and my cell phone number is 929-499-7440. 929-499-7440, or email me luke.vanevery, VANEVERY @trinet.com. luke.vanevery@trinet.com. And definitely go to LinkedIn and link up with me. I don't think there's another Luke Vanevery in the United States. I do know of one other Luke Vanevery in Australia, but in the United States, I'm pretty sure I'm the only Luke Vanevery here. So you shouldn't have a pretty hard time finding me.
Awesome. So again, I thank you for being on the show today, and I'm really I can't wait till this airs. I'll tag you, and you can connect with everybody on here, and make sure that if you've got the need that Luke can fill, that you reach out to him and connect with him, and also make sure that you go to his networking events so that you can meet a bunch of new people. Thanks for being you, man. Really awesome. All right.
Thank you, Joe. It's been a pleasure meeting you and a pleasure being on today.
Excellent.